guys, it's Angie, and today I'm going to be refilming this because my old phone broke, so I have a lot that I have to refilm for uploading because it was all sitting on the phone that I can't access anymore. Fun times. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about what it took for me to become a surrogate, and I'm going to be sharing a few updates since, like, with new things that have happened so far. Let's get into it all. So, there's a lot of steps to the process of surrogacy. I mean, obviously, you have to get cleared so many different ways. I had to be mentally cleared, so I had to have a very long meeting with a therapist. That was a disaster. That will be a later video. And not because of the agency or anything. I want to make that very, very clear. It was a disaster just because of my personal qualms with the therapist herself. But agency has been really great throughout all of this. It's been very, very nice. But yeah, so I had to get mentally cleared, and then I had to fly out to California, which I already made that whole video and stuff. That was a very fun experience. I had to fly out there to be medically cleared because their doctor had to take a look at me and my insides in person. And now I have to get legally cleared, and then I have to start taking all the medications and things like that. So, like, it's a very long process, which, I mean, it has to be, right? Like, that's not surprising at all. But I wanted to make this video because I know that there's a lot of people that are also considering surrogacy and stuff, and I have been asked by a few friends of mine that have been considering it what all you have to do. So first things first, you have to have, like, basically an optimal BMI, and you had to have had at least one child and an uncomplicated pregnancy. Like, if pregnancy almost killed you, surrogacy is not right for you. But yeah, that's kind of like the three basic things that kind of get you in the door at most agencies. And then from there, every agency is very, very different. I applied to a lot of different agencies, and I was rejected by most agencies for things that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. The most common thing was I didn't make enough monthly to be considered a surrogate by certain agencies. And I'm just going to say it now, I don't know many people that are trying to become surrogates that are doing as well off as some of these places required you to be doing for surrogacy. Like, some of them basically wanted you, like, there was one that basically wanted you to have a 6-figure salary. And I was like, that person doesn't have the time for surrogacy. It's like, that can make it very difficult to be a surrogate, obviously. But this agency that I found is absolutely wonderful and amazing. I am keeping them anonymous, though, just because I don't want anything that I say to be misconstrued and be negative for them or anything like that. I have seen them post me on their social media, though, so, if you figure it out, you figure it out. But I don't want to share it just because I am planning on sharing every aspect, and some of these things maybe aren't something that they would like to directly be attached to, but like I've said before in this video already, maybe a couple times, they're a really good agency. Like, they have been so amazing to work with so far. And, like, they gave me, I don't know what to really call her. She's like my little buddy. I'm gonna call her my little buddy. Like, she works for the agency, and I met her when I went out to California. Like, she drove me around, she took me out to lunch and things like that, and she's going to be driving me around when I go back out there for implantation, and things like that. But yeah, I call her my buddy because I don't really know what she like what the title actually is for her, but like also she does things like sends me Twilight memes, because when I was out there in California, I had mentioned that I really like Twilight because I just like bad movies, and so now she'll see a Twilight meme and send it to me immediately. What has my life become? Yeah, it's interesting, I guess. But like, she's amazing. She's very sweet. She's like super great at her job. She, like, hey, you are getting your soda all over my computer. If you want to use my electronic devices, you have to treat them with respect. And respect means not blowing bubbles in your soda with a lid off of it right over the keyboard. That is not okay, my dude. I love this haircut. But yeah, so she's been really amazing, and the agency is very fast at responding. They answer all my questions whenever I have any questions. They help me find people, such as like they help navigate the lawyers and things like that. They offer to sit in on the meetings with the lawyers in case I want somebody else there to help explain some of the stuff, which I think is really awesome, because I don't know if y'all have ever had a meeting with a lawyer, but if you have, you know that when you're reading a contract, yeah, that makes no sense. I don't care how well they've written it out. I read it 15 times. I still can't really tell you everything that was said. To be fair, I understand everything that I needed to. I had them explain everything that I needed to know, but like the pieces that were for the intended parents and the agency specifically, like even though yes, they're in my contract, no idea what they said. I read every page, no idea what those things said. I know there's obligations that the agency has and things like that. Like, I know that there's certain stipulations in there, like, you're just the surrogate. You cannot claim any kind of parentage over the child. That's fine, I don't want to. It's not my kid. That's not my jam, that's not my thing. But yeah, so I had to do that stuff. And now I'm just waiting to be legally cleared, which will then put me on to the next step to go back out to California and get the implantation done. Very exciting. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The Force determines who wins and who loses every battle because it has to maintain balance. So, realistically speaking, nobody is good or evil because there has to be a balance. If there isn't a balance, that's when there's problems. That's why when Darth Vader was seduced into the dark side, there had to be twins. No, that's not Obi-Wan. That's Luke. Yeah, Luke Skywalker. But yeah, that's why there was twins, because they had to balance out the Force.
Mommy, hit Tyler! Darth Vader.
You could make the argument that he is like Darth Vader. I mean, he's supposed to look somewhat similar to him. You could also make the argument that he's kind of like Padme. He should at least resemble them in some way. Have you ever tried to film videos as a mother? It's a process.
Mommy, I don't like Darth Vader.
Well, good thing he's not on the screen, huh?
Yeah, because he's not a hero.
Not yet.
No. He's not a hero.
Not yet. Give it time, kiddo.
Mommy, I love Darth Vader, but I don't.
You love Darth Vader, but you don't?
No.
Without the villain, there'd be no story.
Hi, Chewbacca.
It's just a movie. They can't wait back, baby.
Mommy.
Yes, baby.
Mommy, please.
Here's a list of some of the things that I've had to do ever since becoming a surrogate. STD testing and screening, as well as just like a general blood work and stuff, so that way they can find out other things about my body, which has led to now needing thyroid medication, which I just got today, so that's exciting. There is also, of course, signing that contract, reading that contract, meeting with a lawyer now, I have had to pee in so many cups, it's been ridiculous. Like, the amount of cups I've peed in is absurd. I've had to go to 3 different LabCorps for multiple kinds of testing. Once the egg is implanted, there will be a lot more that, obviously, you have to do all the pregnancy stuff, and then you have to have a kid. They said in the contract that I can have, like, that I get 2 hours alone with the baby before the parents come and pick up the kid. It apparently helps, like, with the mental aspect of surrogacy and stuff, because, you do go through pregnancy. You do bond a little bit. You do, like, a lot of women experience bonding while they're pregnant. And you are carrying a life, and your body does recognize that, So, it can get a little bit complicated. I have to attend a support group throughout the entire pregnancy. Please don't scream, baby. I really, 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 really don't like hearing the screaming in such a small room. It's okay to get excited, and it's okay to be frantic, but let's use our inside voice, okay? Thank you. Yeah. You're so silly. But yeah, I will have to attend a support group throughout the entire time, and then a little bit after as well. So that'll be very fun and interesting. And I think the only thing, I'm going to ask for clarification, like, when I'm out there in California and stuff. Like, I put together an entire list of questions that I wanted to get answered for, like, that whole process and stuff. But I wanted to ask them in person just because I retain the answers a lot better when I'm having these conversations in person. But, like, I know one of the big questions that I want to ask is, like, what do I do with the, like, the ultrasounds and stuff? Like, do I send those to the agency? Do I have to send them directly to the parents? Like, how does that work? Because, like, I feel like the parents are probably going to want those. I feel like most parents in that situation do. I know I really loved all of the ultrasounds I got of both boys. I wish that their DAD didn't run off with all of those, and now they're gone forever in a landfill somewhere. That's not the point of this video. But yeah, I'm very excited. There was a lot that I had to do. Obviously, there's a lot that you still have to do throughout the whole process. But so far, I think I've listed off everything that I had to do, and that's kind of what it looks like. You do a lot of, like, medical testing in the very beginning, and, like, a lot of paperwork, a lot of legal aspects to it. Yeah, it's a process. It's a fun process, though. It's a very fun process. I've been enjoying it thoroughly. And because I'm refilming videos, I'm gonna refilm a bunch of videos. So, here's my actual plan. I'm going to finish this video, I'm going to edit it, I'm going to upload it, and then I'm going to change my shirt, and I'm going to film the next video, do the same thing, and then I'm going to, like, repeat that until I'm all caught up on the videos that I lost. But, like, I'm going to change my shirt and just wear a bunch of shirts today, because I don't want to look like a crazy person in these videos, and, like, just look like I'm wearing the same outfit for weeks on end. That would be a little gross. So I'm going to just change my shirt 50 million times in one day and film a bunch of videos while my children are, for the most part, just chilling. If they stop chilling, then I guess I'm done filming for the day. But it's cold outside, and they're kind of they're in a chill mood today as a result, so that helps a lot. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. This was probably a lot of nothing. I don't know. If it helps you, if you're thinking about surrogacy, that's great. That's all I want from these videos, is to share my experience and maybe help you make your decision on if you want to do that. Be prepared in the beginning for a lot of peeing in cups and getting poked with needles for a bunch of blood work and testing and stuff. And if they find anything that they need fixed, be prepared to do what I did today. Oh, I'll end on that note, actually. Today I went into my doctor's office, and I was like, so I'm sitting at like a 6.3 with my thyroid levels, which is still within the normal range. However, the agency wants me to be at a 2.5. So I need like a very, 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 very small dose of levothyroxine. Great, thanks. And the dude was just like, what? I was like, well, I'm trying to be a surrogate, and they, like, thyroid issues can lead to miscarriage and things like that, so they just want to get that under control at, like, the optimum little spot, so I need medication. And he was like, are you working with an agency for this? Yes, I'm working with an agency. Here's the agency. He Googled the agency, found out everything he could about it. Okay, I don't know if he was actually using Google, but, like, he looked into it, like, while we were sitting there to be like, is this, like, a reputable company and stuff? And then he was like, okay, great, so I'm gonna put you on this dose. And I was like, cool, thanks, doc. But yeah, you might have to do something like that. And it's a little awkward talking to your doctors if you are like me and you don't actually have a primary care doctor. You just see who's ever available first. Because then you're basically meeting a new doctor every time, and then you have to explain the whole spiel over and over and over again. It's a fun time. I'm gonna go now. Bye. Downstairs to do some laundry, so if it gets loud, deal with it. But I'm excited. I just got the news that I have been both medically and legally cleared. So that is very, very exciting. So now I am basically in the very next phase of it, which means that they're thinking right around January, I am going to be back in California to do the actual transfer, which, oh no, my whole basket fell. That's a sad day. This is the problem. I always fill it up with, like, multiple loads before taking it back up, because I don't want to take that thing up the stairs every single time. That's too much energy and effort. Anyway. But yeah, so they're thinking January for when I get to go and get the transfer done, which is them putting the embryo inside and the pregnancy starts. Although she said something about a monthly allowance starting December. And I thought that the contract had said something about a monthly allowance as well, but, like, I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. I don't know if that's, like, the $4,000, which, like, it shouldn't be, because the contract says that starts, like, I gotta do another load of towels. There's so many towels that need done in this house. But, like, they say that's, like, there's two different aspects of it. There is the frickin' oh, that's a lot of lint. But yeah, like, the contract says that the $4,000 a month that I'm supposed to be getting, that totals into the $40,000, that's, like, supposed to start after, like, your first ultrasound with a heartbeat. So is it extra money? I'm confused. I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. I tried to read that contract, and I think I understood most of it, but, I don't speak legalese. I don't understand how anybody can speak legalese. Lawyers are impressive as shit, because I understand the gist of the contract. The financial stuff confused me. It confused me. I know that they said that they're going to pay for all my Uber Eats while I'm out in California. And if I bring somebody else, that they'll pay for them too. I don't know if I want to bring somebody else, though. Like, is it more fun to have some alone time? Or should I bring somebody else because I'm going to be on bed rest? Will they enjoy that I brought them to California for me to sit in a hotel? Like, who's going to want to sit in a hotel with me and do nothing? Like, that sounds miserable, right? I don't know. I'm overthinking. I gotta go back to California soon without my children. I'm excited, but, like, heartbroken all at the same time. This is a lot. Sitting in LabCorp. It's so creepy. When I got here, there was 3 people. Now there's, like, just me. And the last LabCorp that I came to, it was, like, really small waiting space. It is not that. That's where 2 people were sitting. This is the waiting area. A little creepy. But I look cute.